Here with Stephen Pranke, Farm Progress 2020-2025. Tell us what's new with the 2020 Precision Planting Monitor.
Yeah, so on the lot here, in previous years, you've always been here. You see the 2020 operating system on our Massey and Fendt planters. And now this year, we're releasing Yield Sight. So Yield Sight allows a grower to put that 2020 operating system in his Fendt or Gleaner combine. Now what this unlocks is the use of Panorama. So Panorama is our cloud-based tool from Precision Planting, which really enhances the 2020 experience. So you can see on the screen here what I have is I have a planting map. Now this planting map comes live from the 2020 with a Wi-Fi connectivity signal. And what this really does with the product that we released is Yield Sight. This allows us to analyze every attribute of that planter. So you can see on the screen here, we're looking at a downforce map. Now, when growers make decisions for how to set a planter for the next year, we're gonna use this information and it is critical. This is what Yield Sight unlocks for us. Now you'll see, if I'm looking at setting downforce for the next year, if I'm in this field, so I would expect this field to have a little bit heavier soil content or complexity. If you look at here, I'm saying that my margin, when I'm under 20 pounds of margin versus 41 to 48 pounds of margin, there is almost a 20 bushel swing here. So by putting that 2020 in the cab of our combine, we are now able to bring that yield into Panorama, and Panorama analyzes this automatically. And the beauty of this is it does it on every single attribute. So if I look at seeding and I want to look at, all right, what does my population look like for that field? Okay, so if I look at population and I look at harvest, now it's going to go yield by population. If I want to look at variety, I open up variety. So we'll go to crop hybrid. If I look at crop hybrid, all right, we got multiple, in this case, the hybrids are actually different trash ripper systems, but we can document that hybrid as well as the different trash rippers. So we got two different hybrids as well as different types of trash ripper systems. And you can see by having that Yield Sight, having that 2020 in the cab, we're feeding Panorama harvest information, and we're able to make decisions for the next year like we've never been able to do before.
Does it give you the perfect combination, the sweet spot of downforce, seed population, variety type? Like, what's the magic sauce here? Do you have to be the interpreter of that data, or how do you know for next year, I'm going to the combine, I've got everything planted or harvested now?
Yep.
How do I know what to do for next year?
Yeah, so there actually is on the top here, there's AI that is generated. Now, you will want to interpret that as well, but there is a smart summary that gives you kind of an analyzation of, all right, this hybrid did this across whatever yield data you're feeding the system. So there is AI built into this. You know, as an operation, as a consultant, you definitely will still want to, analyze that with your, grower, sit down and say, all right, is this what we're seeing real time? But the tools that we have in Panorama, by enabling Yield Sight in our combines, really gives the grower the ability to view every single inch of that field, analyze it to harvest data, and make decisions for the years to come.
And you're telling me now I can take this 2020 monitor from my planter now to my combine, and I can see everything as a harvested yield maps on the fly. Is that right?
Correct. Yep.
Let's go take a look at the ideal combine of the 2020 monitor. Let's prove it.